What's going on to YouTube? I am back once again. Guess what? Finally built my very first series box mod. I worked on it this morning and it's doing pretty good. Let's get right to it. Oh, as the title says, this is a Frankenstein build. That's because I pretty much gathered some of the parts I have remaining and I just put one together, you know. Like I said, let's get right to it. Heater's right here. Man, I can't see that. I'll use this. Oh, man, can't work. So yes, this is the Frankenstein build. You know, I've had this 1590B Hammond box mod for a while now. I just haven't really decided what I was going to do with it, but this morning, you know, I was like, hey, let's build a series box mod. So 1590B in Cobalt blue. You know, regular push button switch. I'm not pressing on it, but there you go. Door magnets. Take this off real quick. And I ended up using my extra Fatdaddyvapes 510 connector. This is the polished. Actually, I took this off of my V2 box mod, wood box mod, since I'm kind of overhauling it a little bit. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but I went ahead and used the 510 from it just so it matches the polished button. So this is the V2. It's an old version. I think they're out with what, a V4. I'm probably going to end up ordering one of those here pretty soon. Here's the inside. So again, this is a series box mod right there. We take off the batteries here. You know, as far as how I normally do a box mod, you know, it's got the bare copper wires, got the Mosfet in there, right there in the middle, and this Vape 3D battery sled. Somebody actually sent this to me because he said he had an extra one, so I just don't remember the name of that person, but if you happen to check this out, thank you. Since you gave it to me, I'm gonna use it. So see the black stuff right there? The JB weld kind of leaked through because I sanded the bottom down, because when you get your battery sled from Vape 3D, it's got this kind of plastic coating on the back or the bottom, so I went ahead and sanded it down so it'll stick better. And it's really thin, so I don't know if you can see there, but it leaked through a little bit, but it's all good. It's secured in there. Once again, so compared to a parallel box mod, actually I'm going to show you my other one. So here it is right here. As far as difference in wiring, a little bit different. Again, this is the negative, goes to the Mosfet there, and positive is, you know, goes through the positive and it's kind of connected to the switch, and the switch basically becomes the trigger for the Mosfet to turn it on. And again, this is just a standard push button switch. I'm not sure what the amp rating is, but it doesn't really matter since you have the since I installed the Mosfet. Nothing fancy. Again, you know, pretty similar in how you would build a parallel box mod, except you know you gotta wire your battery sled in series. Basically, you're gonna have one positive down here, one negative. You're gonna connect that together, and basically it's gonna be in series. All right, pretty simple. Now probably the hardest portion of this was wiring this positive wire right here. That's because I already have the switch in here, and so you can see, you know, you can't really you know, since I already had the pin soldered at this end, I had to figure out a way to, since I have all these bends right here, you know, there's no way for it to just feed this 12 gauge wire through there and start bending it. Like I said, that was probably it took me the longest figuring out how I was gonna wire this portion right there, but I got it. Basically the last thing I secured inside the box is the battery sled. You know, I dry fitted everything, all the wires, make sure everything is lined up, and then I soldered this. I placed this negative lead here with the wire. I soldered it to the Mosfet. This one, I already had it all set up. And then I pushed this contact right here down, and I soldered it on the sled. It did kind of melt the plastic a little bit, but it still looks all right, you know, because there's no way for me to put the sled and then route this wire. There's just no way, because I want it to be single wire. You know, I didn't want any I don't want to cut it and then solder it on here. You know, I just didn't like that. So got magnets on the box itself, and like I said, magnets on here. Fatdaddyvapes 510. Actually, I kind of made my own negative washer for the 510, because I used the other one for my other box mod. So I just have some copper plates that I have laying around. I just drilled the same size hole. I drilled the hole right here, and I just used snips to cut around, make it a kind of like a washer. So, and I soldered a piece of wire there for the negative. So, copper plate comes in handy. So, how about we do a little bit of performance test here. I got this, this is pretty new to me, the MXJO batteries. It's been working pretty good. I would say similar to the, what is that one? What is this? Same thing with, I don't remember what this is, but just remember, you gotta make sure you put the batteries in the proper orientation, or something could happen, which I don't want to find out what that is, but it's not going to be good. Again, this is my very first series box mod. I had to rebuild my Addy to a higher resistance. I have this, I'm using my Quasar. I believe I have a 0.62 build on there. That is still pretty high. I think it's over 100 watts, you know, if you have a full charge batteries. But and that's the highest I vape to. I think it's around 110 watts or something. I normally vape at 80 watts, but using, you know, parallel box mods. But it's not too bad. Actually it's 0.73, I'm sorry. So this is 10 wraps of 26 gauge Canthal using a 3mm bit. Yesterday was 0.62, I guess it went up a little bit. I also redid my ohm meter here. I just have a plastic, I bought a plastic project box from Radio Shack, and I wired everything inside. I also changed the switch to a toggle. So, looks pretty badass. Just kidding. Try to take this shit off. So 0.72. It actually vapes pretty good. I mean, you saw it earlier, right? Lid on. Put some juice in here. Almost choked there. Damn. How about some voltage drop test here? I haven't done one of those in a while. All right, let's see what we got here. 8.08, I'm sorry. Let's see what the voltage drop is on this Series Box Mod. You know, I've watched a lot of reviews on box mods, you know, series. A lot of them are like a 1 volt, or actually a lot of voltage drop. I'm not sure why, but I haven't really tested this one, so this will be a first. Again, 0.73, 0.72 build. I got 8.08 volts. Let's see what it is. 7.5. So 0.58. Not too shabby, right? Pretty good. So I'm guessing that's the 12 gauge, using 12 gauge wires contributed to a better or lesser voltage drop. So because most of them use 14 gauge, but I don't know. But it's 0.58. So there you have it, folks. If you're interested in building a Series Box Mod, just use my tutorial vids on how to build a box mod and just kind of incorporate the wiring. You know, change the wiring on your battery sled. That's going to be the main difference, is how you wire your battery sled. You know, connect the positive and negative down below, and then hook it up the same way, you know, where the negative lead will go into the MOSFET. Same wiring from the top. It's just, you're not gonna have that wire coming from the bottom all the way up, you know, because this, again, this is a Series Box Mod. So, but here's the surprise. As I promised, I will be giving this box away to one of you. Hopefully it's gonna be one of my subscribers. Actually, I am gonna validate that. So if you're gonna join this giveaway, if you're gonna participate in this giveaway, you have to be a subscriber. And I'm also gonna make it, I'm not gonna wait long before I draw the winner. It's gonna be a 48-hour giveaway, meaning once I'm done with this video, I will be picking the winner on, what's today's date? Tuesday, which is, hold on, right now it's 9:36. I'm gonna be drawing the winner on the 24th at 10 p.m. All right, So if you're watching this video and if you want to participate, let's see, just like the video and put in your comment, I want that Series Box Mod. Simple enough, right? And once again, the other caveat to that is you have to be a subscriber. Alright, because I really appreciate those of you that subscribe to my channel and that's been watching my videos. You know, hopefully you've learned a few things, and hopefully I provided you some of the answers for your questions. You know, if I can't answer it, I'll reply to you that I can't answer it, or I don't know. Again, I'm not you know, I'm not an electrical engineer, so I don't know the ins and outs of a Mosfet. You know, I just have a little bit of background in electronics, just a little bit, but I know how to build a box mod. So again, I can only answer your questions if I've ever experienced whatever issues you are having. Again, if you ask me if you can use different parts here and there, you know, switch, yeah, you can use whatever switch you want as long as you're using a Mosfet. You can use, there's different varieties of 510, so yeah, I should be able to answer that's pretty easy. But if you're gonna ask me, can I use this specific Mosfet right here other than the 3034? I don't know, since I haven't really used any other Mosfets other than the IRLB 3034 PBF. See, I even remember the whole part number since that's the only thing I used. And as far as resistors, the only ones I've used are the 15K ohm resistors. But somebody commented that they've used 22K and it works. So 15K and 22K, I can tell you those work. But again, as far as different MOSFETs, again, I don't really know the in and outs of MOSFETs as far as, you know, reading the data sheets. I just know that 3034 MOSFET works. So, but you can obviously do your own research. Let's see, you know, on Reddit there's a lot of information on there, and you know, just Google it, whatever MOSFET you have, just type it in and see if it works on whatever box mod you're trying to build. So once again, I will be giving this box mod away, so you can see here, made by me this morning, giveaway number 2. As far as box mod, I've given away a drip tip, but that's not included. This is just box mod. So again, first one I gave away was a parallel box mod this time around. I know a lot of you have been requesting it, or have been looking forward to see me build a series. This is right here, and I'm gonna give it to one of you. And hopefully whoever gets it will enjoy it. I know Chris Bowden, the winner of my first box mod giveaway, has really been enjoying the box mod I built. So, and still enjoying it. That's right, Chris, right? You told me. So hopefully the next person that wins my giveaway will also enjoy this for a long time. Again, this is a 26650. I forgot to mention it. 26650 series box mod with a MOSFET. So, oh, sorry about that. Let's take a few more hits and we'll call it a night. And we'll see who the winner is Tuesday. Again, just put in your comment, I want that series box mod. Like the video, and you must be a subscriber. Actually, I got one more thing. If I do select your name, I'll announce it on my next video, and you yourself must contact me by messaging on my YouTube channel. with your name and shipping information. All right, stay safe, vape safe, and build yourself a box mod. You'll enjoy it, and you'll be proud of it too. Doesn't matter if it's your first box mods that look shitty. You know, there's always room for improvement. So just practice. I think I'm gonna nah, fuck it. I'm not gonna edit that. Fuck it. God damn. Again, you know, over 100 watts, I think. Close to 100 watts. Never vaped that high. Oh my god. Plus a little bit of dry hit too. Again. Well, let me... I'm telling you, man, the first time I hit this, it's a little scary. You know, 8.4 volts or 8 volts, whatever. That's some high voltage right there. God damn. Take this off. Let you guys see it. God damn. Got a lot of fucking cotton there. See there, 26 gauge, 10 wraps, 3mm bit. Boom! Ha! All right, peace out.